So a couple of other names that I'm known by, the Motivation Mama. This came about when I was working in administration in a school, and my colleagues come up to me and they were asking me like advice, asking me for encouragement and support. And a lot of them would say, Ali, you're just so encouraging and motivational. Then I had the kids and the parents coming up to me and saying, Ali, we just love you. You are just like everybody's mum. So I came up with the name The Motivation Mama, and I actually used this as my business name for a little while. And I'm going to explain a little bit as we go on this morning why I almost didn't do this. The other thing that happens when you work in a school in administration is that you can never get promoted to the top job. You can never become a principal because you're not a teacher, right? So I thought that I'm just going to give myself a promotion and I'm going to say that I am the principal of the Heart and Soul Academy, Business Academy. Woohoo! So I gave myself a promotion, ladies. I became the principal of my own school. So high five. Thank you. I'm very proud of that. Just a bit of silliness there for you this morning. So I would love to know, I'm going to stop the share right now, and I would love to know from you ladies why you are here today and what you would like to get out of, what you would like to get from this morning's masterclass. So feel free to unmute yourself one by one, and we'll find out why you are here, what you'd like to get from the day. Who's going to be brave enough to go first?
Janelle knows well. Janelle knows well.
Hello, gorgeous Janelle. How are you?
Oh, yeah, in a little bit of pain, but I'm all right.
Oh, well, I'm sad to hear that you're in pain, but glad you're all right.
Yeah, some sort of sciatic nerve thing or something's going on. One of those things.
So why have you come today, darling, and what are you expecting to get out of the day?
Well, I've just come today because I have a lot of fears, and maybe I can get something out of it around those areas because, I haven't started my business yet, so I want to learn before I get there.
Beautiful. You will certainly learn some stuff this morning then. Perfect. Savruti or Jamila? Jamila, go, my darling.
So I'm here. I'm in a very different spot with a very unique spot with my journey. So I've done some incredible inner work with myself, and I've got rid of a lot of fears, which is really exciting, which is why I launched my business and how we connected, Ali. But where I'm at now is I want to go into like the international influencer space, and I want to get more confident in that space.
Beautiful.
But I keep hiding.
Okay.
So I'm only sticking within my own comfort, which is me as an occupational therapist.
Yep, beautiful.
More than anything else, but I come to the fears. So what my body looks like and all that sort of stuff, and what are people thinking of me, and very high quality imposter syndrome going on.
Right. Okay. All right. Good.
I want to break through all that.
Beautiful. Excellent. Thank you so much for sharing that, Jamila. Savriti, are you there, my darling? Would you like to share why you're here and what you want to get from the day?
Hi, Ali. It's Savitri.
Hello, my darling.
How I'm here because of what you advertised.
Lovely. And so how are you feeling about yourself right now? Like, what about what I advertised appealed to you?
Well, I suppose that I'm a bit like Jamila.
Janelle.
No, Jamila.
Jamila.
Jamila. Yeah. I have done a lot of work with fear, and I'm just here to see if I get triggered by anything else, really.
Right. Okay. All right. We're going to talk a lot about fears today, of course. Fear to fears. That's what we're here to talk about. Michelle, I know that, Michelle is here as my helper, but I'm going to ask you as well. What would you like to get from today?
Oh, look, I'm really keen to see what you're up to, Ali. Ali and I met a few years ago now, and our lives have been so busy that we haven't been able to catch up since, I don't know, earlier this year. So I'm really keen to find out what you're up to, because I've seen your growth and I'm just like, wow, this girl is kicking it. So yeah. That's what I'm wanting to get out of today. Like, what tools can I take that, what can I learn from you to take into my own business?
Thank you, Michelle. And I'm going to thank you again for being my help today.
Oh, you're more than welcome.
So, all right, ladies, well, it is amazing to have you here. So I'm going to continue with the presentation when I work out my screen share. This is something that is fun in business, all this technical stuff. Okay, so I want to share, I'm going to be sharing with you throughout the morning a little bit about the Heart and Soul Business Academy, which is something that I am so damn proud of. Like I said, I am the principal of the Heart and Soul Business Academy, gave myself a promotion. So damn, I love that. And I started this, the reason that I started this is because I have a passion to really help women that have been maybe in business for a little while, or you might have been, you might be a startup business and you're running, but you have some success, but maybe not the success that you want. Or even some people who might, want to be starting a business like you, Janelle, and you want to work from home, but you've got that fear and self-doubt, and you're not sure how or where to start, right? And it's especially for women who along the way in life, I think we all tend to go through a lot of stuff, right? And for women who are really hanging on to that self-doubt in themselves, right? They're really just allowing subconsciously themselves to be held back, and they're hiding. We're hiding. I get it because I've been there, right? But for women who are in the place where they know they need to put themselves out there, but they're scared, basically. So the Heart and Soul Business Academy is literally what it says. It is teaching women how to search their own heart and soul first, right? And their confidence, to take it then and run with it in their business so they can help their clients from their own heart and soul, so they can connect to their own clients with the heart and soul. So this is, I've deliberately named it this, like it's really specific, because heart and soul is all the way through the course, okay? So this morning, what I want to do is I want to take you on a journey, and it's one that I've been on myself and my clients have been on it as well. And I've taken them through this journey. So, and I'm sure that some of you have probably, or you're on the journey yourself, which you have just shared with me. And most of you you're on that journey that I'm talking about. So we're going to get going straight away. And before I do that, I'm just going to bring up the jar, just grabbing a cuppa, no worries. So in business, right, it doesn't matter what level we're at in business, whether you're just starting out, whether you want to start out, or whether you've been in business for a little while, we go through a mindset journey. Now, we can start off, and most of you have said this morning, right? You might be in a place when we start business, because of what we've gone through in life. We're in a place of fear. We're in a place of self-doubt. We're wondering if we can do it. We're not quite sure of ourselves. Tell me in the chat what kind of fears that you might have in business, right? I'm really, really curious. My personal fears, I was fear of failure, fear of being seen as a failure, actually, not necessarily more as like, yes, I was scared of failing, but I was scared of being seen as a failure. I was actually scared of success, because it was like, if I succeed, what then? And I was scared, as I said, certainly of what other people would think of me. So I was very much, when I started business, and you'll hear a bit about that today, very much in that place of fear and self-doubt. Then when we start working on that fear and self-doubt, we get to a place of like need and desperation, which I don't really like that word desperation, but it is what it is. Let's be honest. It's when we get to a point when we want to be successful, we want to be seen as successful, but we're in need. Like, we need finances, we need support, and we need self-confidence, but we haven't yet got it. We're maybe working towards it, but we haven't yet got it. And then when we start making some progress, we can start to feel like a bit of a fraud, right? A bit of a fake. So we feel like we're pretending, or we might be comparing ourselves to other people and going, I'll never be as good as she is, right? That chick over there, I want to be like that, but I don't know, I'm never going to be like that. But we start like doing things that we know we need to do, but we feel like we're faking it, right? And it's that term, and I hear this term a lot, fake it till you make it. However, I like, instead of using that term, to use the believe it until you achieve it. Because, and we're going to talk a lot about today, stepping into the person that you want to become, right? But we feel like, you know, we're a fake. We don't like, it's not a nice place to be. Then we start to make a little bit of success. So we're making a bit of progress, you know, we're feeling good about ourselves, we're feeling good about our purpose, we're feeling good about our business, and we're really starting to make it happen, which is really good, which is great. When that happens, it's easier to get to a point of fierce, right? You're strong in your purpose. You know yourself. You know you're in the right place for your business, and you absolutely trust yourself in what you're doing. So with these, you will see, right, that I haven't put it in steps. And the reason for that is because we will constantly go through this journey. I constantly go through this journey myself. I've got to be bluntly honest with you today. And sometimes what happens, and this has happened to me, is we will get to that place of success, which is awesome, and it feels good because you know that you're making progress. Then you start to relax and you stop doing the things that you know you need to do. You stop working on your mindset, right? And guess what happens? We go back to the place of fear. We go back to the place of need, and we have to start working through the process all over again. And as I said, it is a constant journey. But the thing with this particular journey is the more you go through it, when it happens, you learn to recognize it, and you can move through that journey easier every single time. Again, how do I know? Do it all the time. So not only do we have a mindset journey, then obviously there is the business journey that we go on as well, right? Because of that mindset journey, it translates into the business. So the business side of it, we feel fear and invisible, right? We're operating from that place of fear. And, you know, this might be when no one knows that our business exists except maybe our family and friends, or the cat, or you might, when I was in this place in fear, my dad didn't know what I was doing for business. He had no idea because I was scared to tell him, fear of judgment, right? So this is where we're invisible, no one else knows about us. And then we kind of, as we're working on our mindset journey, we can get to a place of being fine, we're okay, we're a little bit active, got a couple of clients, we're doing a bit of stuff, we're posting on social media, but we're not doing it regularly. We might do it for a week and go, nothing's working, so you stop doing it. And, so you're active, kind of, you've got a few clients, it's okay, it's all right. When we get to a place of focused and determined, right, this is a really good place. So this is when we start to see some results. We've got a couple of clients, and we can see that the processes that we're putting in place, they're starting to work. So we become very focused, or more focused, on the end goal. and determined to make it happen. When we get to the place of empowerment, there is momentum happening. Okay, this is when we are very much embracing ourselves and pushing through any discomfort that we might have. So we are putting things that we're learning into action. We're getting great results. So this is when you might be getting, you know, the focus determined is when you're getting maybe $1,000 or $2,000 a month, or so when you get to empowered momentum, you might be getting to those $5,000 months, which is fantastic. That's what you are aiming for, right? And then when we get to empowered and momentum, because you're pushing through that discomfort, we can get them to fierce and unstoppable, right? This is when you are on fire. You have figured out what works for you, and people are seeking you out. It's an exciting place to be. Now, again, too, just like with the mindset journey, we can, if we allow it to happen, we can go up and down with this. So just like, you know, when we get to, when we get to a place of empowered, we can again go, oh, great, this is fantastic. And what do? We start to relax. So great, okay, I've got the clients that I want. Great, I've had a couple of $5,000 months, fantastic. So we stop putting ourselves out there and we relax, and guess what happens? The next couple of months, the momentum doesn't continue. So we start going back down to maybe empowered and focused. And we have to work to go up to that place of empowered again. Again, how do I know? Done it. So I would love to know, ladies, where you are right now. You might have already been putting that in the chat. Just let me see if I can bring the chat up. Where are you, ladies, right now? Rejection, fear of not being good enough and failure, rejection for Jamila. This is your mindset journey. Believe it until you achieve it. Absolutely, Michelle. Jamila, you stopped your morning routine and then the cycle recommences. Yes, isn't it amazing? When you stop your morning routine, you feel you get out of that habit, don't you? Yeah. I love that there's a step above empowered. I never thought of that. Ah, there you go. There you go, Jamila. Right. You think you're between about 3 and 4, but would love to 5. Can you be any of these stages and unaware of it? That's a good question. I think that as you go, you get more awareness, Jamila. And I'm going to say that as you go along this morning, I think that you're going to get more awareness of where you are. Like, you might be at a stage that you're unaware. All right, but this morning is going to give you more awareness. I'm attracting a lot of opportunities, but don't feel, what does that mean? But don't feel, okay, I'm going to come back to that. I'm going to come back to that, Jamila. So hang on to that question, right? We'll come, because we will have a time for Q&A at the end. Okay, all right. Beautiful. Thank you, ladies. See what I mean? I can get distracted by the chat quite easily if I let myself. All right. So before we go on, I want to tell you just a little tiny bit about me and how, as I said, I'm going to share with you my journey today and how I have gone through it myself, as well as brought my clients through that journey. So in 2017, as I said, I used to work at a school. Now, back in 2017, I left that job because it was quite a toxic work environment. I had witnessed and experienced a lot of workplace bullying, sexual harassment from the boss. And I was asked by my colleagues to report him because working in the office, I probably saw a lot more than what most people saw. And so I decided that, yes, I was going to report him for sexual harassment. Now, I also have a history, some of you probably know this, but I have a history of domestic violence marriages as well. So because of that history, I felt an obligation to report him. So I did. While I was in that workplace, I didn't realise when I went off on work cover because it was such a toxic work environment. And the moment that I was in a panel speaking to those sexual harassment claims, and then they asked me at the end, they said, what do you want to happen to this guy? And I didn't have an answer, and I fell apart. That was the moment where I just went, I can't stay there anymore. So I went off on work cover. I was diagnosed by the doctor with PTSD, anxiety, and depression. And it got to a point where, for my own mental sanity, I had to resign my 10-year career of administration. So overnight, I lost my job, my career, which was really the only career I'd had, because up until then I had raised my children as a single mum from home, and I lost my income, and I felt like I lost myself. I absolutely did lose myself, because I didn't know who I was anymore. I was in such a low place of self-esteem, right? So all these processes that I'm going to talk you through today, I've been through them. I've worked through these areas today to proudly stand in front of you now as a women's transformation coach. And, you know, as I said, I run the Heart and Soul Business Academy because I have a passion for helping women to rediscover their voice, their confidence, and their strength to become truly empowered entrepreneurs, right? As I said, run businesses from their heart and soul, because this is my heart's desire as well. How did I do it? Well, these are the 3 areas that I have worked very, very hard in to get to where I am now. I've worked in the area of mindset, which comes first every time. Then I've gone to motivation. When you work on your mindset, then you can get motivated, get yourself into the area of motivation. So then you can move into the marketing section of the business. Obviously, marketing is part of business, right? I have seen and I have done it the wrong way around. We've done the marketing first and forgotten about the mindset, and kind of, you know, just half-heartedly worked on that and the motivation. So we're going to talk through these 3 things today: mindset, motivation, and marketing. Now, did you know, ladies, that business is 80 to 90% mindset? I did not realize that when I started working as a VA, as a virtual assistant. When I left the job, I knew that I had to create an income for myself. And late 2017, early 18, I started a business as a virtual assistant. And I did it for all the wrong reasons, right? I was definitely in this place of feeling stuck and invisible. So, you know, I wanted to be a success, but I didn't have any trust in myself. I just thought, well, I'll do it, but yeah, you know, I don't know if I can do it, but I'll give it a go, because I didn't really have any trust in myself. Because I didn't have that trust, I really didn't put the effort in that I knew that I needed to put in. And I absolutely procrastinated out of fear, and I was hiding, right? And I was saying, and I talk to so many women who say this all the time, right? They're in the place of procrastination. I'll promote my business when I've written my course, or I'll put myself out there when my website is ready. Or, you know what, I'll just study this course first, and then I'll get going in business. I hear that so many times. What are you actually doing? Yes, you're procrastinating, but we're hiding because we're scared, or because we think that everything has to be perfect before we put ourselves out there. Actually, it's the opposite, right? We get into failure mode. Because we're procrastinating, nothing's happening, you know, we become depressed because everyone else is doing it. We want to be like her, and we start to think, well, what's wrong with me? I don't, you know, why can't I do it too? Right? Failure mode. And we really start listening to everybody else's opinions. We choose to take on other people's opinions that and I don't think they deliberately do this, but they, you know, they might put us down, or they might not be encouraging opinions. So for instance, the business name that I told you about, the Motivation Mama, I loved it. When I came up with that, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so happy about that business name. I'm excited. Then I went and told 2 people, and they both told me it was the dumbest name they'd ever heard. Maybe not in those words, one did. And so what did I do? Because I wasn't in the right place with my mindset, I just went, oh, okay, then maybe I won't use it. And I very nearly didn't use it. I wanted to totally just give up my entire business, right? However, when you work on creating your positive mindset, it can translate into business as well as life, of course, but it can translate into your business in that you start to really trust in yourself and your abilities. Because the self-belief in you, in yourself, is what you need. When we learn to trust in our abilities, we have that desire to take action, right? And we're keen, we're eager to make it happen. And we get to a place where and this is a saying that I use with Craig still now, you know, my partner Craig, we have a saying that I will do whatever it takes, because we desire to take action, right? This is something that you are going to hear me say a lot this morning about taking action. And I make no apology for it, because, ladies, I learned the hard way, right? I played safe, or I played small in business for years. But it wasn't until I actually found that desire to take the action, and then I took the action, right, that I actually didn't get any clients until that stage. And then we get to self-confidence, right? This is when we're ready to step up and step out in our own strength. Now, as I said with my business name, I was ready to give it up. I was like, everyone thinks that, this is what I was telling myself, everybody thinks it's a dumb name. I'm not going to use it. I'm going to have to think of something else. Until I hired my business coach, and I remember talking to her at the qualifying chat that we were having, and she said to me, she goes, Ali, what's your business name? And I kind of went to Motivation Mama. She went, oh my God, I love that. And I just looked at her, I went, really? What do you mean you love it? I said, oh, because I was thinking of giving it up. She said, why? And I told her why. She says, how does it sit with you? And I said, I love it. She said, right, then if you love it, then run with it. And she has encouraged me the whole time to run with it. And I have. And even though it's not necessarily my business name now, I've embraced it as a nickname because I love it. That's who I am. I'm the Motivation Mama. So this is what I want you to have too, ladies. I want you to be able to work on that mindset and have that self-confidence to step up and run your business with strength. Then we get to motivation, right? And when we don't have the motivation, we lose sight of our goals. So if you don't take the time to work on your mindset, your motivation isn't going to be there. So we might not have anything to aim towards, right? There's no heart in it. We forget why we're doing this, and we might not even know why we're doing it or who we're doing it for, more than ourselves, but other people as well. And we let mistakes hold us back. Again, I don't like the word mistake, but they are there, right? And you know, even if sometimes we do find enough motivation to get us going, we let those mistakes, we tend to think, oh my God, it's the worst thing on earth. If we make a mistake, we become embarrassed, we get discouraged, we go hide under a pillow. It's like, no, I can't put myself out there again. Everyone's going to see the mistake I made, right? And then we become unmotivated to keep going. And of course, what do we feel like doing? We feel like giving up. We want to throw our hands up in the air and say, this business stuff is all too hard. Now, as I said, I've been on this journey, and there's been times, ladies, when even though I love what I do, I have a passion for what I do, I've stopped working on my mindset and I've gone up and I've gone backwards in that mindset journey. And I have gotten to a point where I'm almost ready to give up, right? I have done things such as, you know, spent a morning looking on Seek for full-time jobs, even though I know in my gut that that's not what I meant to do anymore. But I will, because I'm not continually working on that motivation and my mindset, and I lose the motivation. But think about this. Think about these two quotes up the top. We are only motivated to do things that we value, right? To get motivation, we need to know and be strong in what our values are. And then when you're living in those highest values, you actually get automatically motivated, right? It's amazing when that motivation kicks in, right? You know, I probably 12 months ago would have woken up in the morning knowing that I was going to come and do one of these masterclasses. And yes, there was motivation there, but not the excitement and the motivation there, because I wasn't quite sure of my values. I've had to go on this journey to really get strong in what my values are, right? So when we do that, we really start to trust in our abilities and ourselves. And then, you know, that self-belief kicks in. This is when we get to that place of empowered in business, of, you know, fierce in business, when we can really, you know, just embrace that trust in ourselves. And we learn from every mistake, right? Every failed opportunity is something to learn from. And I'm going to share with you, I'm not going to do it now, but I'm going to share with you a bit later about some of the mistakes that I have made, right? I'm actually really strangely excited to share with you about the mistakes I made in business and then how you can overcome them. But we also start, you know, when we have that motivation, it's easier to hold on to the vision that we have, right? It's easier to create a vision for yourself if you don't have one. You can get really clear on that person, that future you, that person you want to be to come. And then we can step into being that person. So we don't, you know, this is kind of where maybe feeling like that fake might come into it. However, if you keep strong in the motivation, right, if you continue to motivate yourselves and work on your mindset, you can actually let that feeling go and know instead that you're not faking it, you are visualizing your future self. When you do that, it works. It really works because you are believing it until you achieve it. So, what happens if you don't work on your mindset and motivation first, right? Before doing all the other businessy stuff. This is what happens. You go, oh my God. We struggle in business, right? We stay in that fear. We stay in the lack. We stay in that desperation because we're scattered. We're all over the place, right? And like me, you might end up so frustrated and down on yourself that you're crying in the corner, right? You know, that but ugly crying, like that picture. I mean, it's not a pretty picture, let's be honest, but I've done it, you know, where I've just been on the floor crying because I wasn't sure of myself. I wasn't sure of my vision, right? And again, that is what has taken me to that place of going back to look for full-time jobs on LinkedIn and Seek or whatever. But I always come back to why I'm doing this and who I want to help. And it's like when, it's amazing what happens every time I've done it, and I've gone on Seek, I've searched for the old type of job that I used to do, and it's like I get triggered. I have this sick feeling in my gut, and I sit there, and it's like, what am I doing this for? It's almost like that feeling of anxiety that when I came out of that job, it comes back into my body. And as I'm talking about it, I can actually feel it now. In that and it reminds me, that feeling reminds me that I'm not supposed to be there. right? And that brings me back into, okay, I get reminded, Ali, you need to go back to the process of working on your mindset and then getting motivated again to go back to your business. And I always come back to my why and who I help every single time. So then we get to, of course, the businessy part, right? There's the marketing side of it. Yes, there's mindset. There's, of course, the practicalities that we need to do in business, which is making sales, which is how we stay in business, right? Is we need to make money in business, we need to make the sales. So this brings us to marketing. And this is where we actually need a plan to follow. If we don't have a plan, guess what? Confusion reigns, right? Because we just don't know. You just fly by the seat of your pants, so to speak, right? And we literally do things for the sake of doing them and there's no intention behind them. So we just do it because we've seen other people doing it and we think that's what we're meant to do. So we're going to give it a go ourselves, but we're not sure why we're doing it. So we're just doing it. Like you're just putting yourself, you're just doing it. And I did this particularly when I was a VA. I was putting positive quotes out there, great. Yeah, they look pretty. I was putting them all over social media. They look great, but I didn't have any intention behind them. I was doing it for the sake of, because that's what I saw other people doing on social media. I didn't know why I was doing it. Well, I'll give that a go. And it didn't work. I got a few clients, but it didn't work. I was doing for the sake of doing. And of course, then, like I said, we don't get results, or you get very little results. We stay invisible and we stay in that place of fear. So when we do go to marketing, when we have a clear plan to follow and we're marketing from the right place, we're marketing from our heart and our soul, right? Everything is easier to organize. Our mind becomes clear of clutter, right? It's easier for us to put things into place. And it's easier for us to step up and step out and be seen as the expert, right? We have that true self-love, that because when we put ourselves out there into the public light, we're not afraid to put the real us out there, like your real vulnerable self. Not too vulnerable. You have to have limits and boundaries, but not too vulnerable, right? And your following grows because you're putting yourself out there as an authentic, real person. Your following will grow. People don't want perfection. They want reality. They want authenticity. They want connection. And this has grown, particularly in the last, obviously in the last year and a half, but the last couple of years, I have noticed that, yes, I could come to you today wearing a suit, right? Be really dressed professionally, but that's not me. That's just not how I roll. So I've come dressed in something really comfortable and I'm talking to you. I could come and be really, staunch and robot-like, but it's not me. So I'm talking to you today as the person, as the real Ali, right? And to be seen as the expert in our field, put the real you out there, and then people will be drawn to you. You start getting the results that you want, right? You're able to help people, you're able to make the sales again, of course, which is why we're in business. We are in business to make money, but more importantly, to help people. And this is what's happened. As I have stepped up, put the real Ali out there, right, and I've become the expert, placed myself as the expert, so people see me as the expert, I've gotten the results too. And I'm getting the sales. And I'm helping the people that I want to help, most importantly. And this is what I want for all of you ladies as well. So can you see how the three of them work together? Mindset, motivation, and marketing. They are the three areas that we all need in business. So ladies, I have a little bit of a challenge for you today, right? I want you to take action. After this, after this masterclass, what I really want you to do is, I think all of you, I'm pretty sure that all of you are in my my group, Women Rising Above, is I would love you all to go and do at least a 3-minute Facebook Live in Women Rising Above, right? And I want you to do it by the end of today. This is a great way to promote yourself in business right now, right? Even if you're not in business, just go and tell us anyway, right? Janelle, I know you're not in business yet, but you can still go and do this too. Put the hashtag workshop and tag me in it. And what I want you to do is say who you are, why you're in business or why you want to be in business, what you do or what you want to do, and who you help or who you want to help. Okay, so you might want to take a quick screenshot of this or write that down. But again, this is a great way to face your fears that you might have right now. Okay, face your fears, go and do that live, step out of your comfort zone, girlfriend, right? And it is a beautiful group. There's about 800 ladies in there, and we are only going to support you when you put that in there. So I would encourage you to go do that. Again, you've got until the end of the day to do that. So have fun with that challenge, my lovely ladies. So I said that I wanted to talk about some mistakes that I made. Wow, this is going to be fun to go through these. Big mistakes that I made. So I started out as I said, when I started out as a VA, I went into it for all of the wrong reasons. Why did I choose to be a VA? Because I was working, because my old experience in the school was administration. And I thought, well, that's where I have to be. That's the only thing I know how to do. So I'm going to try and be a VA, because that's what I thought being a virtual assistant was all about. Turns out it was nothing like that. But the other reason I went into it was simply to make money, right? Didn't have any motivation to do it, didn't have any big desire. I didn't really care if I was helping people or not. It was just because it was something I thought I could do and I could make money. So I didn't have the right mindset. And I absolutely wasn't confident in myself at all. In fact, I did an interview with a lady the other day, and my friend Rose Davidson, who knows me very well, and she said to me, Ali, I remember when I met you a couple of years ago, she said, you were like a little mouse hiding in the corner. She said, if we felt that if we said boo to you, you would jump. And I went, yeah, you know what? You're absolutely right. I would have. And I did. And because I was in that place, I actually allowed myself to be taken advantage of, right? Because I wasn't sure of myself. I thought that to prove myself in business, that I had to give my time and my energy away for free. And I got taken advantage of big time when I did that. So a huge mistake that I made. And I've learned from that mistake, that's for sure. I also, of course, I went in without a plan, right? Like I said, I went in to make money. I went in with a salesy mindset. And I've got a few paying clients. Didn't make much money out of that business because I didn't have a plan. Honestly, I didn't really care to have a plan because I didn't have the right mindset and I wasn't doing it for the right reasons. Now, when it came to, and this is even in the coaching area, when I started working as a coach, this happened as well. So again, I went in without a plan. And I, once again, because I hadn't learned my lesson yet, I started posting on social media just for the sake of posting, doing the pretty quotes. I was kind of getting an idea of who I wanted to help and how, but I still had the bit of the salesy mindset. And I was coming across as, I felt that I was coming across as desperate, right? I was really needy. And I didn't have any clients at that stage. I thought I could do it myself, right? Without support. this was, and I still remember doing this, is right. I thought that I could get all the free stuff, right? All the free stuff, download all these freebies, and I had a folder full. I signed up for multiple email lists, right? And what I thought was, do you know what? I'm just going to try and put a jigsaw together. I'm trying to figure it out all myself. I'm going to take that piece from that jigsaw, that piece from that jigsaw, that piece. And before you know it, I had heaps of different pieces of different puzzles, and I was trying to put them all together to make one puzzle that makes sense. And it was never going to happen because everybody's got a different way of doing things, right? So it wasn't until I actually hired a coach that I created my own puzzle. But then I was starting to feel like I was starting to feel very lonely in business, and certainly like a failure, because the puzzle that I was trying to create, it just wasn't happening. So how I overcame my mistakes. I started again. I went, okay, I need to go back to working on my mindset, right? And my confidence. And I hired a coach to help me with all of that. Like I said, it wasn't until I hired her that everything started to fall into place. She helped me work on my mindset, right? I worked on tried and tested techniques, right? That helped me find my own identity, figure out who Ali was once again in life and as a businesswoman, right? Because I was starting to find myself in life, but still the business side of it was like, well, I don't know who this woman is yet, right? When I started when I got to that place, I got to the point where I decided to take action, right? And seek that help from that expert. And I did hire the coach. In actual fact, I have followed her techniques. I have tried and tested them, and it's worked for me so much that I'm really proud that I actually certified to teach her strategies myself, because I believe in them so much that they work. And that's so I teach some of the strategies I teach are from my personal coach or my business coach, Francesca Moy, and I'm really proud of that. So that's how I've overcome those mistakes that I have made over and over. Am I going to make more mistakes in business? Yep, absolutely. What am I going to do? I'm going to learn from them, and I'm going to grow from them. And I'm going to keep working on my mindset. I'm going to keep working on my motivation. And then I'm going to implement implementing those strategies into my marketing to grow my business. So, my ladies, are there any questions at all at the moment? Oh, Jamila's left. Oh, never mind.
She had to slip off at 11:15.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. Okay, cool.
Let's take a photo.
Let's take a photo. Thank you for reminding me, Michelle. I told Michelle to remind me because, I'm so busy doing all the things, running the thing. So we've all got our cameras on. Are you ready for a big smile, ladies?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Everybody say hi.
1, 2, 3.
Love it.
There we go.
Love it, Janelle. Peace, sister.
Janelle's got no, so she's hearing a roar. I'm hearing the whole roar.
You're hearing the roar.
Rushing up. This is me.
We love you the way you are, gorgeous girl. We love you. So are there any questions so far? I know Jamila had a few questions. I might contact her privately to answer any questions she had, but does anyone have anything else they'd like to talk through or ask?
Can we just take one more photo, please, just in case I missed it?
Sure.
So if everyone can look at their cameras, please. One more, big smile. There we go.
I'll do Janelle's thing. Peace. Peace, sisters. See, just being my strange self. All right, ladies. So if there are no questions, I will keep going.
There was just the question from Jamelia from earlier,
what was that?
where she was saying that she wasn't sure. Let me just go back to it. When we were talking about the steps and the journey to get to the top, she says, I'm attracting a lot of opportunities, but she doesn't feel it. What does that mean?
I would be curious to know if she's attracting the opportunities, if she's actually following them up. If those opportunities are turning into leads and if they're turning into sales.
Yeah, so if she's not feeling the joy from it, if she's not feeling that satisfaction, that real kind of that being stoked that, oh my gosh, I'm attracting the right people, what do you think that means?
I would think that anyone in that area would need to go back to look at their why. Like, why are they in business? Who do they want to help? And why do you have that motivation to help those people that you are attracting? Right? It doesn't mean necessarily that you're attracting the wrong people. You might be, they might be coming to you for the right reasons, but if you're not clear on your own why, then again, like I said, the motivation's not going to be there to want to go out and help them from the heart. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's what I would suggest. And it's like, if you're in the place where you're attracting these people and you're not quite, so what was it? She's attracting them, but she's not quite sure why.
Or she's not feeling it.
She's not feeling it. Yeah, see that
and Savitri wants to say something as well.
That says a lot. Yeah, tell me. Go for it, Savitri.
I think it's clarity on your avatar. Like
100%.
I'm a bit the same as well. So I think my messaging isn't, and so that's part of the fear of putting myself out there. Yeah. And my messaging isn't necessarily, I'm not sure I'm actually not sure what it's hitting. So
right. I totally get that, Savitri, and can I tell you, it wasn't actually very long ago that I was actually in that place too, right? I thought I was clear on my avatar, as you say, my target market. I thought I was, but I went to an event that my business coach ran, and what we did was we worked on something called a power statement, which is what we're also going to do in the Heart and Soul Business Academy. We worked on that, and I tell you what, I came up with this power statement, and I tried to do this several times over, but this particular time I came up with it, and when I read it out loud, and I'm getting it now, I legit got goosebumps down my spine, and it was like, oh my God, that is it. That is what I do. That is who I serve. That is my why. And when I got that, I have been able to, like, everything has fallen into place after that. I've got it. I've run with it. Go for it, Savitri.
What's your power statement?
So I help women who have, I help business women who've survived traumatic experience to rediscover their voice, confidence and strength and become empowered business women. Something like that, that wasn't perfect, but you know what I mean? But that's my power statement. I have been working in the area of personal coaching, personal development. I always wanted to do the business, and I didn't know how I was going to bring that into it. But I knew the type of people I wanted to help, just didn't know how I was going to do it, right? Since I did that, since I've come up with that power statement, everything's fallen into place. It just made everything clear. Like, I mean, when I say everything's fallen into place, like I've still had to go out and take action, it just doesn't happen. But do you know what I mean? Yeah, cool. You're scared of doing lives and videos, what to communicate. All right, let's talk that through, Janelle. Talk it through, girl, come on. Because, you know, I've got that challenge for you.
Yeah, I'm scared of the social media stuff and being judged, and I don't even know how to communicate sometimes, and then it just looks and sounds stupid. Well, that's how I feel.
That's how you feel.
That's the feeling I'm saying I feel, which has been ongoing, because, you know, if your confidence has been blown out the window by others all your life, or, you know, of judgment constantly, it's like going back to school and feeling beaten up on. I think I'm scared of that sort of feeling.
Do you think, though, that, you know, if you were to take that brave step of, you know, going and doing a Facebook Live in a safe environment, do you know that people are going to judge you? Is that what you're assuming?
No, this is just how, like I said, this old mindset just thinks. Even though I am and have been working on myself for a while now, as you know, with everything I've had going on. And I have got to a really good place, but there's still, you know, I think it's more the kid stuff when I was a kid and how I was treated then in school.
Right. So,
and then to have problems with technology and learning difficulties.
Okay, all right. So then,
I've been told by even my parents.
Okay, I'm going to challenge you, Janelle. I'm going to challenge you in particular. I'm going to encourage you.
I love a challenge.
I know you love a challenge. I'm going to encourage you. I would love you to try and do a Facebook Live, all right, in my group, like we said. If you're not comfortable to do that, I at least want you to take a photo of yourself and answer those questions. Right?
Yeah.
At least do that. But I would love you to step out of your comfort zone enough to do a Facebook Live. Right? Like I said, that the group Business Women Rising Above is nothing but supportive. You will get love, you will get support. Savitra, I'm pretty sure you're in the group as well. I know Michelle is. We will encourage you, particularly as someone who's been to this workshop, right? If you stuff up and make a mistake, keep going, right?
Don't worry, I've been an actress all my life too, so, you know, fake it till you make it, I've always been.
That's right, but remember...
look, I've got a lot to offer. And it's just, you know, it's how you talk to yourself sometimes.
Exactly, mindset.
Yeah,
mindset.
Right.
100%. Yep, working on your mindset. So I'm going to...
what's been there for years. Some days you're good at it and some days you're bad at it still.
But the more you practice, the better you get at it.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. So, yeah, the more I've been practicing that, the better I'm getting at it. It's just, sneaks back in every now and then. That's
right. All right, Janelle. So that's your homework for today. Go and do your life. Charmy, hello, welcome. You've come in today. We're almost at the end. Do you want to pop your video on and say hi? Are you there? Hello. I don't know if she's here. That's okay. All right. But thank you, ladies, for being vulnerable.
Hello, everyone. So sorry.
Hello, Shami.
I just saw. I think I got the time incorrect, and I was thinking it's 11 to 12:30. I'm so sorry.
That's all right, my darling. I'm actually going to send out the recording to those of you who have come today. So you will get the recording from today, but it's lovely to have you here. I'd love you to pop your video on so we can connect with you and say hi.
Yes.
There you are. Look, I want to see these gorgeous face.
Oh my God.
Where are you from, my darling?
I'm so sorry. I just got up after, oh my God, I just, oh shit, it's not nice.
Don't worry about that. We've just been talking about being our real authentic self. So that's okay. That's really good. Where are you from?
I'm from Adelaide.
Oh, yay, another Adelaide lady. Yay. I think we're all Adelaide ladies except Michelle.
Okay.
Often it's the other way around. So are you in business?
No. I'm working. I work as an accountant.
Right. Okay, cool.
With
All right,
financial
excellent.
services, yes.
Beautiful. Well, it's lovely to have you here. So as I said, we will send out, I'll make sure that we send out the recording to you, to all of you today after this. So I'm just going to continue, and if you have any questions when you do get the recording, Shami, feel free to let me know. All
Okay.
right, you can email me. So ladies, as I said, I would love to share a little bit more with you about the Heart and Soul Business Academy. Michelle, am I sharing the right screen there? I just want to confirm that. Great, thank you, good. I'm so bad at sharing the wrong screen. But I want to show you ladies how you can put the pieces of your puzzles together, right? So you can, or even better, create your own puzzle by teaching you the techniques that I have used and that my clients have followed to be their own successes in their own right. So your life before the Heart and Soul Business Academy, right? This was my life before the processes. Stuck in fear, stuck in self-doubt, hiding under the pillow or crying in the corner, right? Thoughts are scattered. You're worried about what everyone thinks about you. There's so much comparisonitis going on. You're doing without intention. You're just doing for the sake of doing. You have that shiny object syndrome. Like I said, I was grabbing all the free stuff, trying to put it together. People might not know what you do, or enough people might not know what you do. And of course, you're having no sales and no money, or a few sales and not much money. Your life after the Heart and Soul Business Academy. Amazing self-confidence in yourself. You are ready to step up and step out. You're excited about your visions and your goals, and you're trusting yourself. You are able to step into that future girl, that future beautiful woman that you want to become, because you have a clear direction. You have commitment to yourself and your business. You're excited to be seen as the expert, and you get the results that you want. You get the finances coming in, the money coming in, right? But more importantly, you're doing it all not to be salesy. You're doing it from your heart and soul because you want to help people. So this course, who it's for people new to business, or they've been in business for a little while and they're not getting the results they want, someone who wants to start a business. It is for either service or product-based businesses. It's for maybe people who work, or they work and they want to start a business, and they want to run a business full time, right? And it is 100% for action takers, people who are ready to take the action, right? And they want to overcome that fear and self-doubt. It's not for people who are in MLM. Not that I have anything against multi-level marketing. I don't. These strategies, I find, they will work for people in MLM. But what I have seen, having been involved in a couple of MLMs myself, is that most often is that they already have their own strategies in place in their own communities, if you like. So it is not for people who want to stay hiding. If you're happy to hide, I wish you all the best. It is not for people who aren't willing to do the personal development. Personal development equals business development, right? If you're not interested in social media, then it's not for you. That's not to say you're not, what's the word? You're not good at social media. It's if you're not interested in social media. If you're not sure about how it works, we can certainly teach you how to do that. If you're not open-minded, and if you're an excuse maker, then I love you and I wish you all the best. but it is certainly for action takers. So I want you to think right now, what is your future self telling you, right? What are you, when you're picturing her, what's she saying that you need to do? So what would you learn? What are you going to learn in the Heart and Soul Business Academy? You're going to learn how to rediscover yourself, your positive mindset in business, right? You are going to get really strong on your vision, going to get clarity on that audience, your target market, and your sales funnel. Now, if you don't know what that is, we go through it in the academy. You get taught proven marketing strategies, organic marketing strategies. And we also create and monetize your very own Facebook group. Just like my Facebook group, we will help you create one, grow one, and then monetize it. You will also learn how to upgrade and process your processes and your technical skills as well. So if you might have some processes in place, and I have a lot of people coming to me saying, look, I'm not very techie. I don't know how to use this and I don't know how to use this. We start without the tech and then we introduce it as it goes. We will go through when and how to raise your prices when you start moving up to that, that success and that empowered stage. And then also by that stage, we talk about outsourcing and building your team as well. So what you'll get in the Heart and Soul Business Academy, you'll get 4 months weekly live training with me. And then we'll give you homework to go off and do. And then a couple of days later, we'll come back and have a weekly Q&A session. So these Q&A sessions are for like anything in the course or anything that's happening that week. You will also get access to a private Facebook community, which is, again, a supportive community where we can help each other, encourage each other, and you can ask any questions of me or the other ladies. We can help each other in that community. You will get a one individual sales funnel coaching session with me. So this is about halfway through the process when we're putting your sales funnel together, and we will get you real clarity on how you're going to do that. You will get business templates, which is really exciting. I'm excited about these, right? You will get templates in the area of finances, social media, and organizational templates. So how to organize yourself in business. And of course, you will get access to all the recordings as well, all the training recordings. So it is best if you attend live. That's when you get the most out of it, right? Plus, I find a lot of the time when people, if they're not coming live, they don't tend to watch the recordings back. They tend to avoid doing it. So it's always best to come live. But if you miss it, you will actually have access to the recordings as well. Bonuses that you get, we have a couple of mini courses. So Confident Mindset for Business course. Now, we absolutely, in all of those, like 4 months weekly training, we will go through mindset absolutely every single week. But a good place to start before, by the way, this commences on the 18th of January next year. You will also have the chance to go through that Confident Mindset for Business mini course, and you will also have the Business Basics for Startups mini course as well. So this is, anyone can go through this course. That Business Basics course is for people who might have started in business, or like they want to start in business and they're not sure how. And it has branding strategies for you and your business in that. So basic branding strategies. So you could even use that if you maybe want to go back and rebrand. So it's not just for startups. All right, and then we have regularly added mindset meditation. So I have 6 there at the moment, and I'm going to continue as I go through. And you ladies tell me more of what you want. I'm going to be adding mindset meditations as well. So I've just decided this morning, actually, that I'm going to do one on, what did I decide I was going to do it on? It was like something along the lines of visualizing your future self. Like I've already got something about abundance in there already, but I want to put something that is more targeted to that. So that is the Heart and Soul Business Academy. That's what you get. Now, these are several of the ladies I have worked with during my time. Beautiful Trudy. Trudy came to me. She was, how do I put it? She was a right mess. She didn't have any organization in life. She had no self-esteem, no self-love at all. We worked really closely together to build her self-confidence and, you know, start on her business journey as well. So she got to the point of motivation where she was jumping out of bed in the morning, and, you know, she was ready to get her day happening. And she actually started just powering through in her business. It was incredible. So I love that. It says, I am perfect as I am. And she is still continuing to grow her business now, which is exciting. The beautiful Fatima. Now, Fatima, again, she was kind of working in her business, right? But she still had this this lack of self-doubt. She was one of these people who came to me. She said, I'm not very techie, Ali. I don't know what to do. I'm afraid of putting myself out there on a Facebook Live, Janelle, funnily enough. She says, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get to a point where I want to put myself out there. So we worked really hard, particularly on her mindset. We did go through, as you see there, we went through Campbell. We helped her with some techie stuff. And she is now, my God, she now has her own group. She's powering ahead in her business as well. She's doing Facebook Lives, like probably 2 or 3 a day. It's insane. Like, this is someone who flatly refused to do them before. And the beautiful Sharon. So Sharon, she came to me, she'd had a marriage breakup. She came to me, again, no self-belief in herself. We worked on her mindset. She was already running a couple of businesses, but she didn't really believe that she was good enough to be doing that. I was just like, no, I'm just not good enough. Anyway, so we worked very closely together to the point where, as well as running her businesses, she decided that she was also going to run in the election for the national New Zealand election. I think it was last year. And she joined a party. She actually, you know, she did it. She actually ran. She didn't get nominated. She didn't get, voted in, but she is still a member of that party. And now they have gotten on board to assist her in her businesses as well. So she is a powerhouse, and she has just opened up, what did she call it? She called it like a marketplace for business. So where you can actually, a website where you can go and advertise your business. So this girl is on fire, man. She is absolutely on fire. So what's your investment? Your investment for the Heart and Soul Business Academy is 4 monthly payments of $525 or 6 monthly payments of $367. So these prices are valid for 48 hours only. As you can see, the usual prices are down the bottom there. And of course, if you pay in full, there is absolutely a discount that applies as well. So I'm so excited to be providing that for you. And what I would love, if you would like to talk about joining the Business Academy, I would love you to book a business booster call with me. So what we will do in this call is we will take a look at, talk about where you are now. And most of you have shared a little bit with me of where you're at now, but we'll talk some more about that. And I'm going to take a look at your social media, where you are now, and give you some actionable tips to take away, right? So you can start to grow it now. We're going to do a mini sales funnel audit. And of course, we will talk about whether the Heart and Soul Business Academy is for you, ladies. So I know that, I'm pretty sure I can see a couple of comments. I think probably Michelle has, yes, she has. She's a legend, putting those links up in the chat for me. And as well, if you, again, I think most of you are following me, but if you would like to follow me on any of my other socials, Michelle will be putting that link up as well. So it has been wonderful to have you here, ladies. And I want to say, little reminder, like particularly you, Janelle, I know you're not in front of the camera, but I know you can hear me. Go and do that Facebook Live. Step up out of your comfort zone if it's something that you're not used to doing. And, you know, start getting used to it now. Take the action to support yourself, right? when you do that, it's a really good place to start helping you with your mindset and your motivation. And of course, what are you doing when you do it? You're marketing yourself. So thank you again, ladies. I do look forward to talking to you on a business booster call. And I love that you came today. So just remember though, ladies, you know, if you're trying to do it alone, if you're trying to put all those pieces of the puzzle together, remember that you don't have to. I'm here to help. So thank you, ladies. It has been amazing. No, that's all right, Michelle. Thank you. I see your message. Right. Beautiful, ladies. Any other questions at all before we finish for the day? Shami? No, I don't know. You're talking, Janelle. I don't know. Sorry, Shami.
No, I have to listen to your recording before I can say anything.
That's fine, darling. I figured you might say that.
Yes.
Janelle, did you want to say something? I saw you talking, but you were on mute.
Well, I was just saying thank you.
That's okay. Anytime. I'm here to help. That's what I do.
And you're beautiful, so thank you so much for that today.
That's all right, beautiful.
Start your day with something better than just looking at Facebook all day, isn't it?
Well, yeah. Oh, I want to hope so.
Not very much from there.
That's my aim, is to give you something better to look than Facebook. I love it. But I'm going to encourage you to go back to Facebook and do your life.
I am going to make a plan. I've written, make a plan.
Right. When are you going to do it?
When I get off here, I'm going to start making the plan, and I will have it done by the end of the day once I've got my courage up. And I don't mean with Dutch courage either, because I don't drink.
Okay. And here's what I want to encourage you with that. So I love that you said when you get your courage up, okay? Now, here's what I used to do, all right? Little bit of a back end advice here was I used to stand there and I used to practice over and over and over again what I was going to say before I said it. And if I made a mistake, I was like, oh, I can't say that. People are going to think I'm stupid. Oh, they'll go, oh, no, I forgot what I said. So do you know what you do? You press go and you just talk. Just do it.
Organically. Right.
Organic, yep, literally just be you, Janelle, and then don't watch it back. Don't watch it back. Just don't.
No.
Because what are you going to do? You're going to be, if you watch it back, you're going to be nitpicking and you're going to be tempted to delete it. So don't watch it back.
I won't.
Okay. I can't wait to see it.
All right.
So
I'm doing it.
Do you reckon you're going to give it a go? Yeah?
Yeah, sure. I don't have a problem going live. I'm not that clear on my messaging, so that's what I'll be needing to look at.
That's okay. Yep. Give it a go. Do the live, and that's okay, because it even by doing it, you know, you, and again would suggest too that you don't practice it too much. Just press go and just talk. Be your authentic self, and we get surprised about what actually comes out. Like in a good way. And I mean that in a good way, right? Because I'm at the point now where I do go back and watch my lives. I didn't do it for a long time, right? I just didn't, because it's just, I don't want to. Now I'll go back and watch my lives. And it is amazing what happens. You know, while you're doing it, you get this, your voice in your head keeps saying, oh, this is shit. I don't know what I'm saying. What I'm saying doesn't make any sense. And then I'll go watch it back and I'll go, that wasn't nearly as bad as what I thought it was. It's actually quite good. So keep in mind that when you're doing the live, your voice, you know, I call it the itty bitty shitty committee, is going to tell you all this stuff in your head. It's going to keep telling you to stop. It's going to tell you to press the stop button. It's going to tell you that you don't know what you're talking about, but just keep going, because what you're doing, as long as you're being your authentic self, it's all going to be good. So encourage you both. Michelle, are you going to do it? Go on.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do
Try.
it.
Good. I know Michelle had a bit of practice, but you know, why not? You get a chance to promote yourself in the group. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's right. So actually, I think it's probably a good idea to go over what it is that you want us to say in the group. Have you got that slide available?
Yeah, good idea. Good idea. Let me see if I can go back to it. There it is. Good idea. Okay, so what we are doing is your hashtag workshop, you're tagging me in it. And if you don't know how to do that, that's fine. Don't worry about that. But most importantly, I want you to say who you are, what you do in business, why you're in business, and what you do and who you help. Now, for you, Janelle, it would be, you know, why you want to be in business, what you want to do and who you want to help. So go for it. Do we need to
Awesome. No, I think that's awesome.
I think that's awesome too. Just saying. I'm a clown.
No, that's good. That's good. Can do.
Cool. All right, ladies. So thank you again for coming this morning. It has been incredible. I look forward to speaking to you in a Business Booster call, and we'll see you live in the group.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. Thanks, gorgeous ones. And yes, I will send the recording for today out.